This is the JB and Sandy Show podcast. You can listen live every morning on 103.1 in Austin or stream the show on the iHeartRadio app. Streaming on the iHeartRadio app. This is the JB and Sandy Show on Austin's 80 station, 103.1.
Gather round, children. Time for another history lesson from our show historian. His name is JB. But what started all this was, have you guys followed the massive sewage spill into the Potomac River in Washington, D.C.? Over 1 billion gallons of raw human, doesn't matter what it comes from, really, if you ask me, human or animal, poo is just...
I can't even picture what 1 billion gallons looks like.
They had a 72-inch, that's a 6-foot pipe break. And flooding the Potomac River full of raw sewage. And we were talking about this, and JB's like, oh, yeah, that happened in Austin years ago.
Yep. Sometimes, I have this uncanny knowledge of Austin. It's kind of annoying sometimes. Between Trisha and I, we can be really annoying.
It's like working with Cactus Pryor.
Times 2.
This did happen in Austin. I don't have all the details in front of me, but it was in 1961. Keep in mind, Town Lake didn't exist until 1960, when they decided to dam it up and make this beautiful lake that we all enjoy today. But in 1961, there was a lot of industrial businesses in East Austin because that's where the trains would load and unload. Right. And there was some chemical, they were using some chemical. They were, I don't know the company. I don't recall the name of the company, but they were East Austin. They were dumping these chemicals from their processing plant or whatever into the city drains.
Ooh.
And then just washing it down. Those chemicals make their way from city drains into Town Lake. And the next day, every fish in Town Lake was belly up floating.
Uh-oh.
Really?
And then it spread downriver almost completely to the Gulf. Dead fish everywhere. Yeah.
Wow.
1961.
Okay, is that when they started banning people from getting in the water?
No, that was 1964.
Listen to this guy.
He is like Cactus Pryor.
In 1964, there were a couple of young girls, I believe they were sisters, and they drowned. There was like what people don't realize with Lady Bird Lake is there's some areas that are kind of like a shelf drop off. You could be walking along, and maybe not as many people knew how to swim in 64. They didn't have the Elmer swim schools everywhere back then.
Emler.
Landry went to Emler, our daughter.
Yeah, that's like parents now, our generation. That's one of the first things you want to do is teach your kids to swim. Anyway, maybe it wasn't so popular back then. But apparently these girls were kind of wading in the water, slipped off like a shelf area, drowned. And that's when City of Austin made a ban. Now, the city was probably a lot cleaner back then. But if you look at, just look at all the downtown development and all those city sewers have to wash somewhere. Where do they go?
Yeah,
they
end up in town. Sewers are the same size as they were. It's not like they grew as the population grew. They're the same size as they were 1 million people ago.
Right.
1 million people ago. Yeah, that's scary.
Yeah. Oof.
Just look at downtown. All those people poop.
Yeah, every day.
Just think of just that new water line building alone. Just think about how much poop is flowing through that building.
Let's not think about that.
And then they clean it up, though, and then they try and say, look, this was poop water, but we cleaned it, so let's use it for cooking or, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
I'm out.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't want any poop in my water.
You don't want to know about the process at the plant. You don't.
You even know about that, JB?
1969.
1031austin.com.
Hey, it's Sandy, and I recently read this study. Well, I didn't read the study. I read the article. It was from Harvard University that said it's really, really good to mix up your workout routines. Like if you've been running or walking or lifting weights, find something else to do, and you're going to live longer. Well, I'm glad I found it, and I'm glad that I found Pure Yoga. Go to pureyogatexas.com. They offer a bunch of different classes, and here's some of the ones that I have taken. I've taken the Inferno Hot Pilates class, which is great. I mean, you want to get a great workout, sweat a whole lot, and believe it or not, feel great when you leave. Sign up for that class. Maybe it's a Super 60 yoga class or a hot yoga class or any of their other classes that they offer at Pure Yoga. You're going to love this place. 2 locations, one north on Burnett Road, just off of 183, and another one downtown between 5th and 6th on Oakland. Get more information at pureyogatexas.com. Switch your workout routine up a little bit and go to pureyogatexas.com.
This is the JB and Sandy Show on Austin's 80s station 103.1.
JB wants to get to the bottom of a very special power that women have, and this all comes from a frustrating afternoon that he had, and his wife solved the problem. We'll get to that in just a second. Real quick, grab the podcast version of the show. Search JB and Sandy on the iHeartRadio app. Here's some of the most popular titles from the last 30 days. The Epitome of Lazy, very popular with you guys. Another one, The Time JB and Sandy Feared for Their Lives. Unpacking Grudges, a very popular title, and the most listened to in the last 30 days, simply titled Venom-Tongued Trisha.
Oh.
Go grab it, search JB and Sandy on the iHeartRadio app, stream it whenever you want. All right, JB, tell everybody what happened yesterday to you.
It was so frustrating. And, I had not even left the house yet. We did the show remotely yesterday, so I'm up. We're doing the morning show. And then I have a workout scheduled, and I go to look for my car key, which it's always one of 2 places. I have a set of hooks by the garage door, or it's usually sitting next to my wallet on the kitchen counter. Same, one of those 2 spots, always. And I can't find my car key. And I'm going nuts. Like, this makes no sense. I even went back and I looked at did I somehow lock it in the car? And so I went and looked at the Ring camera, and I came in the evening. You could see that I had the key in my hand because I hit the remote and you see the lights flash for a lock, and I go into the garage. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, I haven't gone anywhere. This key is here somewhere. Mm-hmm. Then I come up with the theory that, well, maybe I, fell to the ground and I kicked it under something. So I'm looking under everything, and I'm going through the clothes I was wearing the day before, the hamper. You know how sometimes you accidentally throw things in the trash? Mm-hmm. And kind of not really paying attention. I go through the whole trash bin, the recycle bin.
That's really humbling, isn't it, when you have to dig through the trash?
Yeah. God, yeah. Coffee grounds everywhere.
Yeah.
And some old shrimps.
Some shrimps.
It was awful. And then I'm like, okay, maybe my wife picked it up. Similar keychains, whatever, one key. Maybe she just grabbed it and threw it in her bag. Because it just kind of lives in her bag, because you don't need to insert the key in her car. I'm like, man, she had to have grabbed it. I drove to her. I asked her to look. She goes, well, I'm off site today. And so I drove by her office to see if it was in her bag.
Separate car, clearly.
Yes, a different car. And then that wasn't there. And then I kept going, she has to have it. This makes no sense. I'm thinking maybe the little dog picked it up off the ground and drug it out into the backyard. I'm pacing the whole backyard.
God.
And then I was just obsessed. Like, this makes no sense that it doesn't exist. And I went through everything. You're looking in the freezer.
For some reason, right. Yeah.
Yeah. Fridge, freezer, everything. And of course, my wife's like, I'll find it when I get home. She was sick of me blowing her up remotely. I'll find it when I get home. And then I left to go do some work and pick up dinner, and she comes home, and I literally had spent probably 4 total hours looking for this thing.
Ugh.
On and off, on and off, on and off. Within 30 minutes, she texts me a photo of the key. I was like, are you kidding me?
Where was it?
So, near where I usually hang the key by the garage door, there's also a coat hanger. And I had the little dog with me. And that's where I hang the leash and harness.
So
you
all
hang the
one
key.
motion.
And it slipped and fell into I don't mean to brag, but I'm a Costco member. And they give you this giant insulated bag when you join.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It was inside that. And I go, you've got to be. I checked the side pocket of that bag, but not the main compartment,
Mhm.
and just missed it by inches. She found it in there. I go, how did you even think to look in there? She goes, well, I just retraced your steps. If you came in,
Mhm.
you're going to turn, and I knew you had the dog, and you're going to hang the leash. And so I figured that'd be the first place you drop it. And that's exactly where I dropped it.
Wow. She could solve some crime.
She could. I think most women could be detectives like that.
Yeah.
Yes, and it's like this innate sense that women have on finding things. Like,
And
it's
just
a
knowing
superpower.
knowing where things are. Like I asked Trisha the other day, I said, do you have any Scotch tape? She goes, yes, on my desk in the silver box in the left-hand side drawer.
Behind the
right
scissors.
Behind the scissors, right underneath some index cards.
Yes,
Yeah. It's
it's a
true.
superpower.
It's
Yeah.
like we're human air tags.
Like
You really
yeah,
are.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you know how when you're a kid, you thought you could get a Y-shaped stick and find water.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's like women have that built into their system to find family things.
Yeah.
It's
At least
remarkable.
At least she helped you, because when I lose things, Trisha's like,
You want to know why sometimes I don't help
because
you?
it's every day.
No, it's not that. It's because you lose things all the time, and still, I would say half, if not 75% of the time, you are convinced that I have taken it.
Yeah.
There's
I did that. I did that for a good 2 hours. Convinced her. I was trying to tell her you took this. It's the
Yes.
only
Right.
explanation.
And I've never taken it. Ever.
No.
I don't know how your age and you've lost as many things as you've lost and then found them on your own where you left them, but you somehow still think that I have taken your things when I never take your things.
I tell you what, though, when you talk about the car keys, my parents never fought when I was growing up. I'm very lucky. There was never big arguments or
Yeah.
blow-ups, or if they did, I never saw it. But the
Mhm.
one that I do remember is when my mother would leave with both sets of car keys. It was on. I mean, it was holy. And there were no cell phones back then
Yeah.
to call and ask it, and they had to wait till they got home. Oh. I mean, you want to talk? I mean, the New York City came out of my dad like you wouldn't believe.
Oh.
It was unbelievable. But yeah, you felt pretty dumb, didn't you, JB?
Oh God, it was so frustrating. It's a car I only have one key to, so it's a double whammy.
Mm-hmm.
I called a couple locksmiths. I was like, I got to get ahead of this, and they were like, sorry, we can't do them for that year, make, model. Called two of them. They were like, yeah, they haven't cracked a code on that or whatever. He's like, you got to go through the dealer, which is going to cost
A lot of money.
$500.
Yep.
Yeah.
And the fail, now I need to go get a copy while I have it. But the failsafe was like, you could apparently go to the dealership, go to the parts department, show them the title, and then your ID so that you own it, and they can.
You have to have an ID, huh?
Yeah,
That's weird.
and you can get a new key made from the factory for a hefty price. I'm sure.
Oh, yeah, they're not cheap.
Sure.
They could do it based on the VIN number.
Yeah.
So,
I've been living on the edge with only one copy of my key. I mean, I like
it is totally living on the edge.
Yeah,
I
it's
knew it was
living
going to bite me.
dangerously. It is. It's in mine. I really live on the edge. If I had my keys handy, I do.
He also, with his key, by the way, somehow while sitting in the car, the back of the key fob that holds the battery in place, he lost it while sitting in the car
Yeah.
and can't find it.
Tore my
little
car
back.
apart.
You can buy a new case and put the guts of it in go on eBay.
Oh, that's good to know.
Oh, don't do that because that means he has to take it apart.
Yeah,
No.
Here's a suggestion. You'll probably need like a little tiny screwdriver to pry it apart. As soon as you pry it apart, this is a little trick. Take a photo of how it's inserted.
Mm-hmm.
So which way it looks, which way it goes, and then pull out the guts. It looks like a little tiny computer chip with your battery.
Okay.
Put
Sandy,
the guts in the new case, and you're gold. I've done this many times.
Oh, Sandy, stop.
I can do that.
You can't do that.
I can do that.
No, you can't.
I can do that.
And we're going to end up paying $1,000 for a new key. Just put some duct tape on the back of that thing.
While I'm on Amazon, I'm going to order one of those big giant magnifying glasses mounted on my desk so I can see my hands working on the...
Can you imagine how big your hands would look under a magnifying glass?
1031austin.com.
Well, that's it. Do us a solid and copy and paste the link to this episode and send it to a friend or two. Thanks for listening.